On Sunday evening, I went to Club New York, and under no circumstances whatsoever did I have anything to do with a shooting.
It was such a reckless act of violence.
That Puff did everything because they let him know, nigga, either all y'all going or one of y'all gotta go. And Shyne was the one who went. They had somebody on the jury that was willing to like make all that shit go away. You understand? And all she just wanted 20 racks from each one of the people they had to testify. 20 racks from each one of them.
It's a crucial detail that could have altered his fate, but it would also have violated Shyne's own adherence to the code of the street. Still ahead of him, Jamal Shyne Barrow now calls this place home.
Everybody that's prayed for me all over the world and sent me prayers and messages, thank you for your prayers.
Yeah, well, J-Lo wasn't really involved. I mean...
Well, she was Puffy's girlfriend.
She was his girlfriend, but it wasn't really so much her involved. It was more like Shyne got involved with somebody, and I think words were passed off, and I think Shyne fired his gun.
Okay.
Somebody certainly drew a weapon, and I shot that person. You know what I'm saying? And the ricochets, in my opinion, came from somebody else.
Hey, yo, squad, what's the drill? Back with another video, man. Hey, you know it's wild how life works sometimes, man. It really has an indifference towards you and every living person. It has a way of humbling you and teaching you lessons you didn't even know that you needed in the first place. Even when you have the purest of intentions, life can switch up and flip one on you in one night. Shyne and P. Diddy know about that all too well. One day, they were one of the biggest forces in the rap game, and then by the next morning, they were viewed as criminals and hitters. Jennifer Lopez even found herself caught up in the situation before she used her Hollywood options card and got out of Dodge. I mean, Jenny from the block, but not D block, you feel me? At that time of the case and trial, hip-hop was in the spotlight for all the wrong reasons. Just how did this situation happen, and who got the worst deal? You know what? We're gonna find out. So without further ado, let's skip the play and get down to business. It all began on the night of December 27th, 1999. Shyne and P. Diddy, formerly known as Puff Daddy, was out at the popular club New York with Jennifer Lopez, who was Diddy's doll at the time. At some point during that night, a fight broke out and quickly escalated with a known street factor.
Between Shyne and Puffy and some other guys?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know who the other guys were?
Yeah, I think it was this kid from Brooklyn. What was his name? He's deceased now.
Scar.
Shots were fired and both Shyne and P. Diddy were alleged to be involved. When the smoke cleared, 3 people had been injured.
I was just out with friends.
In another development today, Natanya Rubin, who was hit by a flying bullet during, criticized the media for focusing on Combs and Lopez rather than the victims.
I'm not famous. Does that make me any less valuable?
The Brooklyn hairstylist and mother of 2 says she's been traumatized by the whole ordeal.
Shyne was arrested and charged with attempted homicide.
Partying with girlfriend and actress Jennifer Lopez got into an argument with someone. That person reportedly then threw a stack of money in Combs' face. Prosecutors then say one of Combs' associates, 19-year-old Jamal Barrow, also known as the rapper Shyne, opened fire, while Combs reportedly pulled out a pistol of his own.
Diddy was also arrested, but he was released shortly after due to lack of evidence.
And allegations against me are 100% false, and I feel confident that in the next couple of days that I'll be vindicated and everything will be all right.
Words of confidence from rap star Sean Puffy Combs, made after he posted $100,000 bail.
Funny how that works when you rolling in dough, huh? Even bad boys get good treatment, but anyways, both men were tried in court, and Shyne was found guilty of all charges and was sentenced to 10 years in prison, while P. Diddy was acquitted of all charges. Although P. Diddy was cleared of any wrongdoing, the incident still had a lasting effect on his career. Many felt that P. Diddy should have been more responsible that night and that he should have done more to prevent the altercation from escalating in the first place. The club shooting was a major turning point in the careers of both Shyne and P. Diddy, as well as many other rappers with a thugged-out gangster tinge. It drastically changed the trajectory of both of their careers and lives. For Shyne, the shooting resulted in a 10-year prison sentence and an end to the career that never fully recovered, even after his release. For P. Diddy, the incident had a significant effect on his public perception, and he was seen as an irresponsible figure by many, which was a huge 180 turn from his previous clean and jiggy image.
I just want to say I give all glory to God I give all glory to God. If it wasn't for God, I wouldn't be able to walk out here to talk to y'all today. I want to thank my mother for being by my side every day, coming to court me every day. I want to just thank God for just being here for me and just...
The incident and its aftermath had a huge effect on hip-hop culture as well. It highlighted the need for responsibility and accountability from hip-hop artists, and it served as a major reminder of the potential consequences of reckless behavior. In the years since, many hip-hop artists have used the incident as a cautionary tale, using it to emphasize the importance of taking responsibility for one's actions.
I did that shit, it was a terrible mistake, and I moved on. So that's what I challenge you guys to do. Don't blame the CO, don't blame the police that caught you, don't blame the dude that you shot. You have to take accountability for your actions, and you have to decide what your future's gonna be.
The police arrived on the scene shortly after and arrested everybody involved in the altercation, including Shyne and P. Diddy. He was charged with 4 counts of illegal weapons possession due to firearms found in the vehicle outside of the club. Jennifer Lopez was arrested but not charged with anything and was released, but later called to testify against her then-boyfriend during his trial. Although the trial broke them up, she kept it G and didn't testify against him. The trial for Shyne and P. Diddy began in 2001 and was highly publicized. To live during that time was something else. It was like mafia bosses were on trial or something. Must-see TV for sure. P. Diddy was represented by the famed attorney Johnny Cochran.
He's the greatest. I think we've actually proved his innocence. I think Sean Combs taking the stand. I think we made some strong decisions. I think we made the right decision not calling Jennifer, that it was on Sean's back. He did the right thing. He testified. He withstood the cross-examination, and he prevailed. I just want to say that this is a great, exhilarating victory for Sean Combs. It's a victory really for all of us because he was wrongly accused.
Sean was represented by the defense attorney, Mary Richmond. From that point on, it became obvious that Diddy was in it for himself and playing the game for keeps. The trial lasted for 3 weeks and was heavily televised while featuring a number of witnesses.
During the trial, Fenderson testified that Combs was armed the night of the shooting at Club New York, and later pressured him to claim ownership of a pistol police found when they pulled over Combs' Lincoln Navigator as it fled the shooting.
During the trial, prosecutors went for the jugular and argued that P. Diddy was responsible for the altercation due to his involvement in the altercation, while Shyne was responsible for firing the shots.
The idea that, justice wasn't served here and that somebody turned his back on you.
It's not a matter of, turning your back on me. Like, how do you call a witness to testify against your comrade?
That witness Shyne is referring to is Sharice Myers, a bouncer who was working inside Club New York when shots rang out that December night in 1999.
After 3 long weeks, that seemed like more than 3 months as a young hip-hop fan living through it in real time. Despite no clear evidence that Shyne was directly involved in the shooting, he was found guilty and sentenced to 10 years in prison, while P. Diddy was acquitted due to the lack of evidence linking him directly to any crime committed that night.
I'm gonna listen carefully because I want you all to note this. It's quite customary when people win the Super Bowl, they're on television saying they're going to Disneyland. Well, I feel like I just won the Super Bowl. This quarterback is going right to synagogue to thank God. Thank you very much. I love you all.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Ben.
Did you get that?
That's got it.
What was the key, Mr. Cochran? What did you feel you did in this case?
This, along with the fact that many felt he was dealt a raw deal, led to him receiving extreme support amongst his peers in the rap game. In fact, artists like Nas and Talib Kweli even paid homage to Shyne and his story. Although Shyne was locked inside that box by 2002, the ball didn't fully stop rolling for his music career just yet. In fact, he became a hot commodity on the street mixtape scene.
Everything moving past the Shyne album is soul music because I finally grew and found my soul. So like when I started making these records and I started going to the studio, when you go in the studio and you're sitting in the court all day and you facing 25 years, like lights out. You dig? Whatever you do just has a honesty that, is hard to find within yourself.
In June 2001, Bruh was released from his contract with Bad Boy in a way you could kinda look at that as a good thing though. Diddy, being known to take the soul out of rappers' careers, technically still did that, but he gave Shyne a rare lifeline and allowed him to dictate the happenings of his career from that point on. Another little-known fact is that Puff allowed Shyne to buy his recordings back too.
While behind bars, Shyne negotiated the buyback of those trial-era recordings from Bad Boy, the label he was once signed to, and the one owned by his co-defendant, Sean Puffy Combs. With that music back in his own hands, industry types were soon buzzing.
Labels had been courting me, I guess, pretty much from like the first year of my incarceration.
A bidding war eventually ensued, with hella labels meeting with Shyne in prison and offering him record deals. Shyne eventually signed a $3 million contract with Def Jam, and plans were made to release his second album, Godfather Buried Alive.
Shyne signed a highly publicized deal for his new album, Godfather Buried Alive. The project is part of a joint venture between his own Gangland label and Def Jam, reportedly worth $3 million.
I wasn't signing as an artist. So anybody that want to talk to me as an artist, just don't talk to me at all. I'm not working for anyone anymore.
Due to the fact that Shyne was unable to professionally record new music while in prison, the album was largely believed to be composed of music that he recorded prior to his incarceration. But there was still some mystery tied to the full recording methods he used since being locked up.
Is the majority of the music on the album stuff that you'd already recorded, or is it stuff that's been done more recently?
I can't really get into that. You dig? It doesn't matter. I can't get into it, but it doesn't.
Even being able to put the album together. The only song known to be fully recorded from prison was For the Record, which was a diss track recorded over the phone and made in response to 50 Cent dissing Shyne on Hot 97 during a freestyle.
I heard Eric trying to shine, so I ain't got no love for him. Tell him 50 said he's soft, he won't shoot up the club again.
It's one thing if he would have said it and stood by it. That's what I said. You have a problem. Whatever. But he said it, and at the same time, he was trying to sign me to G Unit Records.
Yo, Paul, what's up, family? This is John Money from G Unit Records. Seeing what's up with your situation, and if interested in signing to G Unit Records.
The album actually sold fairly well. The whole promotion behind the album really added to the allure for this rapper, who only had about 1 year to really enjoy time in the spotlight. He received more praise while locked up than he did while on the outside, but that's how the game go. People are suckers for infamy. The album went on to sell 434,000 copies and debuted very strongly at number 3 on Billboard's album chart and hit number 1 on Billboard's top R&B and hip-hop chart. Given that he was locked up, he reached all of those milestones without the benefit of touring and appearances on radio stations. Furthermore, as he had started to observe the Jewish Sabbath, he was completely unavailable for publicity contacts on Friday nights and Saturdays. Just goes to show how crazy his buzz really was. Then the buzz slowly died out and he was happily entrenched in obscurity, left alone to pursue his newfound religious faith and plan for his life on the outside. Then boom, after serving 9 years of his sentence, Shyne was released from prison. On October 6, 2009, Shyne was released from New York State custody. However, he was immediately taken into federal custody. He was detained by ICE at a detention facility in Western New York. One source indicated that the facility in question was the Buffalo Federal Detention Facility. According to his attorney, federal officials were reviewing the rapper's immigration status and making a determination on whether or not he would be deported. Shyne had a green card and his mother was a U.S. citizen, but he wasn't. On October 26, 2009, Shyne was released and deported to his place of birth, Belize. Dean Barrow, Belize's prime minister and Shyne's father, sent a petition to New York Governor David Peterson asking for the pardoning of his son. In 2008, Governor Peterson had pardoned rapper Slick Rick, who in a similar situation also faced deportation. Barrow said that he had been assured that the governor received his letter and that his request was under consideration, but that he did not expect to have any influence in swaying the decision. His family enlisted the assistance of Charles Ogletree, an attorney and Harvard Law School professor, and part of the President Obama circle. Nevertheless, Shyne was deported to Belize. Given that he was a convicted felon, the U.S. would not allow him back into the country. Unfortunately, in February 2010, the rapper was refused entry into the United Kingdom as well. due to his conviction as a felon. In 2010, Shyne ended up moving to Jerusalem, Israel. In November of that year, he changed his name to Moses Michael Levi. He spent up to 12 hours a day studying his faith. He then officially underwent a formal conversion to Orthodox Judaism, and in April 2012, Shyne traveled to Kiev, Ukraine, where he was featured as a speaker at a conference on interreligious understanding. The conference, called Global Winds of Change, Religion's Role in Today's World, the Challenges in Democracies and Secular Societies, brought together members of world's many faiths to discuss the role of religion in modern society. What a beautiful thing to see. Somebody had their back against the wall and found faith behind the walls. Then when released, they maintained their faith and actually became a major pillar of their religious beliefs on a global scale. In my opinion, that's bigger than anything any of these rappers has ever done. After years of being exiled, he finally returned to the US for a visit in August 2021. In March 2022, he then received a doctorate of humane letters from the University of Liberia for his life's work as a humanitarian, musician, and legislator. He has also been in heavy talks with major political figures and celebrities about rallying together for prison reform.
I am the template for why we need to have criminal justice reform, not just in the United States, but everywhere.
Amazing work, brother. Bravo. As of 2023, he has since linked up with P. Diddy, and they seem to be pretty close and amicable. That's cool too, I guess.
Man, I had to call you because just to tell you how proud I am of you.
Thank you.
Like, you know, you're the leader of the opposition of Belize. And the way I've seen you articulate yourself, your evolution is just phenomenal. It's a beacon of hope, you know? You know, and it's important that people know that you can turn your life around.
As always, stay smart, stay alert, and stay real. I'm out, y'all.